What is up, Team Beyond the Week? I've actually recorded this video a few times because it's really hard to keep myself from going like in 500 different directions. I'm trying to keep this video very concise. I just haven't recorded videos in so long. It's been like 4 or 5 days that it's actually hard for me to keep my mind like one path without just going off into tangents. But anyways, you saw the title, right? This is a bodybuilder's perspective, a bodybuilder telling you how to get unsick, how to get better when you have the flu, when you're sick and whatnot. I love to make relevant videos, and if something's happening to me and I can give you guys advice on that thing, then I love to do that. And I was just super sick. I'm actually still just coming out of it, and I got sick on Thursdays when it hit me. So I was taking care of a friend of mine on Wednesday and Tuesday, and they had the flu, and I kind of expected to get the flu. I probably shouldn't have taken care of them. I was just doing it anyways. And then Thursday I went and worked out with my friend Kurt. I kind of felt tired going to the workout, and then I came home and I hit that wall, and you know that wall. Your bones are tired, like your bones are achy tired, you know what I'm saying? And you like just can't move, and you're just like, oh man, everything's heavy as you stand up. You're like, oh. That's how I felt, and I was like, oh man, this is the flu. So then the next day, of course, I didn't work out, and I was just like poop zombied out. As far as my symptoms, I had very, very hard fatigue. Like I just told you guys, I was super, super fatigued, and my head was pounding. It felt like 1,000 pounds of blood was in my head. I didn't so much have a sore throat until now. It had developed over the last day or two, and I wasn't throwing up, so it wasn't the stomach virus, it wasn't the norovirus. Oh, and I did have a fever. I had a pretty heavy high fever, so I was sweating all day Friday and Saturday. But all that's beside the point. Whatever sickness you have, these are still gonna be good advice tips for you guys to follow. Now, there are 4 things you should be concerned with when you're sick, and those 4 things are some sort of supplement, food, water, and sleep. Those are the most important things. And the first thing I'll start with is a supplement. Now, I feel like everybody should take some sort of something, whether that's emergency, Zicam, airborne, I think there's a few other, I can't really think of them off the top of my head, but emergency is a great one. And it's not the vitamin C. For some reason, people really think that the vitamin C is like just kick ass for being sick, but it's actually all the other things in the back. It pretty much has all the water soluble vitamins, as well as a bunch of minerals and whatnot, magnesium, manganese, potassium, all this stuff. And you might not think about this, but you're probably deficient in something just through your diet in the first place. But then think about when you're not eating because you have no appetite because you're super sick, and your body needs those even more so because all those things help keep your immune system running and actually able to attack whatever virus is inside of you efficiently. So I suggest as soon as you feel sick, you go and pick up some sort of one of these supplements. You know, check the back of it, make sure that it has like this laundry list of all these vitamins and stuff like that. If you don't really know what you're looking for, just look for all the listed ingredients. If you can see more than 12 vitamins on the back of it, then you're probably good, okay? As soon as you start feeling sick, go to the store, have your friend go to the store and pick up 5 days worth of this kind of stuff, whether it's Zicam or emergency or whatever it is. My friend JD Butt Gains, you guys know him, he actually went and picked me up these little packets of emergency, which I was like, dude, you are the coolest, nicest person ever. I really appreciate that. And I'm actually drinking this right now because I legit am coming out of the sickness. I'm not completely fixed. I am over the flu symptoms, but I have a bit of a sore throat. I am a little bit tired. And number 2, food. And the golden rule of food is some food is better than no food. It doesn't matter what food that is. And I know some people are gonna be like, yo, you should eat like these crazy things. You should eat like dandelion roots and ginseng and all this crazy stuff. And I understand that like some foods are really good for you and stuff, but if you get 0 calories in because you're trying to eat like all this crazy stuff and you can only eat like a few bites of it, you're gonna feel terrible. Because think about this, if you have 0 calories in you, whether you're sick or not, if you have 0 calories in you for long enough, maybe you wait 12 hours and you're laying on the couch doing nothing and eating no calories, you're gonna feel the same as being sick. You're gonna feel super tired, you're gonna feel really like lightheaded and dizzy, you're gonna feel like just hot and awake, right? So you need calories in. So the number 1 thing is to get calories in. Whatever food you can happen to get down, if you don't have a sore throat and getting McDonald's French fries helps you, then do that. McDonald's French fries have calories, because once you get some calories in, then your body starts being able to actually digest those calories, use them for energy, use them to help you fight this virus and whatnot, and actually be a human being also. As well as your body not having to break down everything in your muscle stores, fat stores, and whatnot for its own calories. It can actually just use the food that you're giving it, which is so much better for it than having to do that. Now, one thing I really do suggest for people is to do shakes, because for me personally, when I'm sick, whether it's the stomach flu or it's just a regular flu, I just have no appetite. My appetite literally goes to Nowheresville, and I can't eat a lot of food. So shakes are very helpful because you don't have to chew them. That's part of the thing. When I'm sick, I don't really feel like chewing a bunch either and swallowing, and like sometimes it hurts if you're sore throat. But if you have a shake, you can just kind of, you're like, all right, I'll just keep chugging and keep chugging, and then you're like, all right, it's gone. And then that shake was like 700 calories versus if you like sat there and struggled with a piece of bread for an hour and you got 100 calories in. You know, see what I'm saying? You got to be kind of smart with what you're doing and kind of manipulate things that are going to help you get calories down your goal into your stomach. As well as shakes offering the ability for you to get in things that you probably won't be able to get in, like spinach or like extra vegetables or fruits, whatever it is. If it's hard for you to chew it up and swallow it while you're sick, it's sweet because you can throw it into your shake and then you can get those things in. Like I put, I don't know, probably half of a huge bag, so maybe like 6 servings of spinach into a shake, and there's no way I would have had that like cooked in a frying pan and then eaten with a fork. I would have just like, ugh, I'm out of appetite for it. But in the shake, it just disappeared because I blended it with bananas and almond milk and some grapes and some strawberries and orange juice. So it just like blended into this great thing. Now fruits are an awesome thing because they're like just juicy as hell. So like I was eating a bunch of grapes. Grapes were helping me a lot because my throat was hurting so much. So I was just eating, actually I probably ate the majority of just grapes and almonds in the first day. I know there's gonna be a lot of people that disagree with me, and I know there's gonna be a lot of flack that I received in the comments for this, but one of the things that I think is most important with food is just to get it in when you're sick, because I seriously think it's so damn important to have calories versus anything else. But if you're worried about protein as well, which you know you should be if you're a bodybuilder, I mean I definitely am. I don't want to go severely under protein. My body is going to be using my muscles and whatnot to make up for that. Try to find sneaky ways to get the protein in without you having to, you know, get nauseous or whatever. So like eating pure protein, or like eating like seitan, or if you're eating meat or whatever, it's gonna be very difficult to like chew it and put it down. But it's easier to like sneak in, you know, a little protein powder, put a little brown rice protein powder or whatever kind of protein powder into the shake that you're making, and maybe just use like half a scoop so it's not so thick. Maybe it'll make you sick if you have too much, but if you just sneak a little bit in there. Or another thing that I like to do is I'll take a bunch of edamame beans or almonds and I'll throw them in my mouth. I'll chew them up so that they're just like little grainy bits, right? Like I've already chewed them all up, but I don't want to swallow them just purely because it'll, for me, my sore throat, it's impossible. It's like swallowing like glass. So what I'll do is when I have those all chewed up in my mouth and they're ready to swallow, is I'll treat them like pills. I just treat it like I have 6 pills in my mouth, and I just start drinking water. And the water idea of drinking water like loosens my throat up, so I can just swallow all of those like 12 almonds or edamame beans that are in my throat. And then you're getting like 12 times 7 calories for almonds or whatever. So you're getting like 70 calories in right there. That can help you so much. If you're having a hard time getting in foods, then get in some fatty foods. Get in some foods that have high calories. It's definitely the most important thing, is calories, calories, calories. Now let's talk about water. I know a lot of people have a lot of trouble drinking water. Water in the first place, even off of being sick. You know, it's just hard to drink water. But when you are sick, it is so important. Think about this. Your blood is mostly water, right? So when you're dehydrated, your blood is thicker, right? Because there is less water in it, right? So when you're super sick, you're already dehydrated. You have the fever possibly, so you're really sweaty. Maybe you've thrown up a few times, so you've lost even more nutrients and water. You're even more like electrolytes and whatnot. You're even more dehydrated. When you're dehydrated, it's really hard for your body to fight the illness or the sickness, right? Because your body can't move the blood around as efficiently, obviously. So make sure that you are getting water in. I know it can be like the hardest thing to chug that water, to swallow that water, especially if you have a sore throat, but really just kind of force it. I know that sounds terrible, but it's one of the best medicines that you can take is water. A lot of people don't even realize that they're just severely dehydrated. Another reason they feel so sick. A lot of people will feel sick for like an extra day or two longer than they actually are sick, just because they sandbagged food and water so hard. Your body still needs these things when it's sick. It's just very hard to get them in. So what I suggest is when you wake up, make sure that you get some water in. That's probably the most important part, because you just did your long sleep. Maybe you didn't even sleep throughout the night. That's how I was. I was just sweating in my bed all night, going to sleep for like 5 minutes and then waking up and being like, oh God, my whole blanket, everything's all sweat. Oh, very uncomfortable. But when I wake up, it's like my pee is like yellower than like the sun when a kid draws it on a picture. It's so yellow. So I make sure I chug in at least maybe like a glass or two, so like 8 to 14 ounces of water, and then I'll fill up these things, so these My Protein shakers, and they're 24 ounces. So I actually have like 6 of those next to my bed, and I made sure I drank one of those about every hour and a half to 2 hours. And I know it sounds like a lot, but legit, like I was getting so dehydrated because I was sweating so much from being, you know, hot from having the fever. And you probably don't realize this, but you are so much more dehydrated than you think when you're sick. So just try to get that water in as much as you can. Like I said, when you use the water to swallow food so that you're not actually scraping the food directly in your throat, you're kind of giving it some lubrication. That's a good way to accidentally force some water in too, because you're just using it as lubrication, but it is also the thing that you need to get inside of you. And the fourth thing, and the thing that I want to say is the most important thing, but it wouldn't be important if you didn't have the other things set. You know, if you didn't have your food and water, then sleeping is not gonna help you as much as it should. But sleeping is so important. I know a lot of people already skip out on their sleep a lot, and when you don't sleep enough, your immune system is compromised to a certain point. It's not able to recuperate, it's not able to work as well as it should. So when you're sleeping, when you're sick, that's when your body's like, okay, let's just focus on this sickness. Let's not think about anything else. And so you need to try and rest as much as possible. I swear, whenever I sleep like all day when I'm sick, when I sleep throughout the night, and then I'm like, oh, I'll just keep napping as I go throughout the day, watch a little TV, nap, all that, it is so good for me. I wake up and I feel tears better. Each time I wake up, I'll wake up and be like, oh, my sore throat's a little better. And I'll wake up, do I have a fever still or no? Like, I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it legitimately helps you so much. And I feel like a lot of people neglect the whole resting and sleeping thing. Seriously, don't skip out on rest and don't go force yourself to go do things. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you know what, man? Just keep working out as long as you're able to work out. It's like, whatever, bro. And this is a question that people ask me a lot. Like, when is it time to go work out? When is it time not to go work out as far as how you feel when you're sick? I would say if you feel tired at all when you're working out, if you feel off at all, like you're lifting and then you're like, oh man, like my hands are so white, or like I'm dizzy, or like my bones are tired, or I just feel off, like but I can force it. I can just force it. Don't force it. Whenever you feel that feeling, just quit, just go home, and then don't go back the next day. And when is it okay to go back? You'll know when it's okay to go back. When your bones stop being tired, when you stop having whatever it is as hard as you had it. So if you had the fever, whenever that goes away, or whenever you stop throwing up as much, whatever the sickness is, you can then gauge and be like, okay, if I go exert myself, am I going to feel worse or better? I know it sounds really dumb just telling you to like feel yourself, be intuitive about it, but think about it. Like right now, I'm still sick. My headache's gone, my fever's gone, my fatigue's gone, but I have this sore throat, right? And I'm just not completely 100% back as far as like energy levels go. But I'm gonna go to the gym today and I'm gonna give it about a 60 to 75% of workout. So I'm gonna go light weights and I'm just gonna go through the motions and stop maybe 4 reps before the end of my actual set. So if I was gonna go to 16, I'll go to like 12. That way I'm not bringing my heart rate like to a crazy level. I'm not like breathing as hard as I can because my breath is already short still. I'm still trying to get back on my shortness of breath. So I'm just being cautious on this first workout. But mind you, this is after a half day of Thursday rest, a full day of Friday, a full day of Saturday, a full day of Sunday, and then a half day of Monday, because you guys are watching this the same day that I am actually going to go work out, like maybe in about 2 hours from now. So like I've been telling you, rest is so important. You know, if you have a friend or a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, have them go like get you some food and some water and some soup, whatever it is that you need, and just lay there on the couch, watch some Netflix and chill. Try to give yourself as least taxing of a context of a situation as possible. So as little thinking as possible, as little exertion as possible, make everything as easy as you can and just lay there and relax, get your water and food in, concentrate on those things. Don't concentrate on everything else and let your body actually do its thing and get better. So there you have it, guys. There are my tips and tricks on how to get better when you're facing an illness or a flu or something like that. I really do apologize that this video is not the same energy as usual. It's also not the same conciseness. My head is not here at the same level, and I guarantee you by Wednesday when you see that Hercules episode, it's gonna be a bunch better. My editing's gonna be much more on point. I'm gonna be a bunch more on point, but right now I'm just really actually just trying to get better after this sickness. So I really appreciate everybody who's come into my Instagram and my Facebook and even the comments here on my YouTube just telling me like get better soon, you know, take it easy, don't worry, we don't need you to put up videos or anything like that. You get better and get better. So I really appreciate you guys not worrying about me not putting anything up on Saturday, and just all the love that you guys have sent is massively helpful. Like, it actually really is really cool, because I'm sitting there like feeling like crap and then looking at my phone and being like, aw, you guys are so nice. Aw. and I'm having a fever, but I'm just like, oh, I love you guys. So thank you for that. I know there are a lot of people who have just a million great things to say when it comes to how to get better from being sick. So if you guys have any suggestions for other people who are sick, facing it and trying to get better, please leave those suggestions in the comments below, because I know those people will go down in the comments and look through them and hopefully get some good advice and try some new things. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it did serve some purpose to you. If you did enjoy it, give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment below, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Let me know what videos you want to see in the future, guys. I will see you on Wednesday for Awakening Hercules. Thank you for checking out this video again. Team Beyond the Week, CT.
Lift heavy or die, MIRIN, motherfucker.